Well, good
Okay.
afternoon, good evening to everyone that is online right now tuning in. Welcome to the recap. We call it the recap, and I say this all the time, but it's more like a chat and chew, a chill, right? Where we
Yeah.
like to just check in with you guys. There's no better way to start the week off with like a good conversation, right? So we
Absolutely.
want to take this time to really engage with you right now here online, and just talk about everything that we have going on at Bethany Church here online as well as in person. So come on into the room, come on into the comments. I invite you to drop where you're tuning in from. Let us know how you're feeling on this Monday and be real with us. If you're having a good Monday, let us know. If you're not having a good Monday, let us know in the comments so we can send some special prayers out your way, because this is what this forum is all about. It's about having that sense of community, that sense of church, and a sense of fellowship. So we want to fellowship with you right now. So again, I invite you guys to drop in the comments where you're tuning in from, how you're feeling on this Monday, as well as like and share the broadcast as well, because you may be seeing this by someone sharing it or by someone liking it. So why not you do the same thing? It is our mission, as always, to transform not only the lives that we come into contact with every day, but those that are around the world, those that are in our community, those that are on our social media. I'm sure you're friends with somebody on social media that you haven't seen in years, right? But by you sharing and liking the broadcast, it may be a blessing to them on this Monday. So again, I invite you in the comments. I invite you to share. I invite you to join the conversation. Let us know how you're feeling, because this is what this time is all about, right, Mai?
Absolutely. And like we say when we're on Engage Live, you guys are our third co-host.
Mm-hmm.
So we need you guys to be present in this conversation, whether you watched service yesterday or not. There's so much discussion that can be had. But more importantly, like Kev said, it's just a time for us to hang out and reconnect and just talk about how good, the service has been. And I see Brenda is a VIP. She's watching for the first
Hey,
time.
Brenda.
We're in Clarksville, Tennessee. Hey.
Hey. And we're so thankful that you're tuning in. Again, we want to invite all those, if it is your first time, just like Brenda did, put the VIP in the comments so we can show you a whole lot of love. Poo, 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 poo. I wonder if is my thing going to do. Those remember last week my things. Oh, like this, right? Is it doing it?
Oh, it's still not
Oh,
working
it
for
did
me.
it! It did
Yeah.
it! Yay! So that's whenever we have a VIP, that's what we're gonna do. Mine's trying to steal it.
It doesn't work
Hey,
for me.
Brenda! Yay!
Yeah, nope.
Oh, that is so funny. But we are just so thankful that you're tuning in, Brenda, and everyone else. And if you are going to tune in a little bit later, drop the comments, because we're on every Monday and we want to show you a whole lot of love. So Maya, this month has been flying. It's been
Oh my gosh.
so many things happening at Bethany Church, online as well as in person. We celebrated our pastors for Pastor Appreciation Month, Pastor
Mhm.
Appreciation Day. We have been bringing awareness to, breast cancer, and, standing together, doing our walk and everything, as well as joining this 90-day challenge where
Yeah.
we are sowing more of our time, our talent, and our treasure, and we're being intentional about it. We are being purposeful with it, right? So many things that are happening, but there's one thing in particular that I am so excited about this upcoming Sunday. Can you
Yeah.
share with everyone what we're looking forward to?
So we are having a celebration because we are celebrating our 56th church anniversary. Yay! 56 years. Still don't work. 56 years we have been Bethany Church, transforming lives one at a time. 56 years is a long, long time. So it's definitely, all due to God and how good He has been, but also all of you guys for
Yes.
help making the church what it is. We say that we are the church, we are the body of Christ. So this is really a celebration for us for
Mhm.
everything that we do in terms of ministry, getting involved, sowing into the lives of others, missions, all the amazing things that we've done in these last 56 years. So, we are having a celebration on this upcoming Sunday, following our 11 a.m. service. We're having a birthday party. So, of course, there got to be some birthday cake. There will be food available for purchase. I believe it's like a $5 combo where you can get a drink, maybe a cheeseburger, something like that.
Okay.
Of course, we'll have some fun and games, balloon artist, a face painter. We're trying to get a balloon bounce house, whatever those things are called. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun time. So we want you guys to come out and join us, especially if you are in the area.
Yeah.
And everything is happening after our 11 a.m. service. So we can't wait to see you.
Yes, 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 yes. So we are so. Oh, are you? I'll do it for you. Wait,
It
wait.
did it. It's my background.
Oh, it's your
Man,
background.
we're
Come
gonna have to
on,
say that.
Mai. But no, yes, I am just going to echo everything that Maya said. We are just so excited to celebrate because it's not the building's birthday, it is
Right.
our birthday. We are the church, we are Bethany. So we are celebrating how we are just together as a church family. How, you lean on, how I look at it is like, I just have some church family like Maya that, we who's been there with me, is going through things with me, lift me up, and has held me accountable and stuff like that. So I just feel like it's our celebration of love and just family this
Yeah.
Sunday. So we truly want you guys to come on out and join us after 11 o'clock service because we have been learning how important not only worship and word is, but how important is sowing our time, our talent, and our treasure to God, right? And this is what we've been learning in Bethany. And there's no better way of, doing this 90-day challenge without celebrating that we have been doing those things, right?
Absolutely, and that's another part of this experience with the anniversary party. We want to celebrate everyone who's sowed their time, talent, and treasure in some
Mhm.
way. So this really is for you guys, but there's so much that I mean, I don't even know what to say. Bethany has been so much, speaking personally to my life, like you said, Kath, the
Mhm.
connections that are made. I hear
Yeah.
all the time, well, Bethany's such a big church. Like, I don't like big churches because of whatever else. But
Mhm.
yes, it is a big church, but it has a small church feel,
Yes.
especially the more you get connected in ministry and being in environments where you're meeting people and being able to build those connections.
Yeah. And you know what? I definitely want to also give a shout out. I think maybe throughout this 90-day challenge, we should do weekly check-ins. We have the group, but also give weekly shout outs. I want to shout out to everyone who has been making it their mission after every Sunday service of
Yeah,
going out to the ministry tables and getting information and signing up. It has been such an amazing and a beautiful feeling and perspective and of you just seeing people doing it and being serious about this challenge. So I want to shout out to all you guys who have been making it your mission of going out there, finding out the different ministries. We've had people that came up to our table and they may not be, they may not sign up, but they do like to ask questions like, what do you guys do? Like, I see you guys all the time do this, that, and there, but I want to learn more. So they're really taking it the time to really learn about different ministries and also refer people that may be great for the ministry. So I
yeah,
want to shout out to all those that have been making it their mission every Sunday to sow their time, their talent, and their treasure. And it has also signed up for a ministry. It's a beautiful thing.
it is. Absolutely.
So I want to say shout out to Keisha. Your birthday's coming up.
Thank
Happy
you,
early,
Sam.
early birthday, right?
Woo-hoo.
So with the celebration for the birthday celebration for Bethany, we have been continuing in this filter series. Bishop has just been laying it down on the line. He has just been reading us our rights. He has
Yeah.
been telling us about ourselves. And there's I wouldn't want to hear from anyone else but him.
And he says it all in love
He
and
says it
experience.
all in love.
Yes.
He be telling us about ourselves in love, with love. So as I said, he continued on in the filter series, and this sermon this week was called titled Teabag. right?
Teabag, yes.
So you may be saying like teabag, Kevin and I like teabag, but when you think about everything that he was saying, especially with this filter series, you'll understand why that title is. So for one, last week we talked about how our body language, we have these for one. Let me just recap the whole series right now. Filters are basically things that we have created that change our perspective of how we see things based on our experiences through life, whether they were good or bad. So there are some good filters or there are some bad filters, right? So
Yep.
Bishop, when he first introduced this, he used his stunner shades, his sunglasses, right, to show you, give you a visual aid of what he's meaning by a filter, right? In addition to that, we learned that last week that our body language doesn't only just speak to other people, but it especially speaks to God. So,
Yes.
as we're learning about how we should be intentional about our worship, when we are sitting in service, when we are given that opportunity, when we come to a time when we should worship God, and if our body language is not matching what we are saying out our mouths, we are saying to God that we are not thankful for all that he has done. We are saying to him that we are not appreciative to be in that moment right now to experience his presence. So that is a negative filter that we have adopted when it comes to praise and worship, when it comes to those times with God, when it comes to those times of fellowship in church, right?
Yeah.
So continuing on with this week, Bishop dropped some gems that, really always, he always has some one-liners that always get me like, hold up, wait a minute. But he said that you must conquer these filters created by your experiences because your experience create a belief system. Right.
Yes.
So why I really wanted to talk about creating a belief system, because I forget what series it was. It was like 2 years ago, but Bishop talked about how strong our belief systems are. And
Hmm.
that series was so impactful because we have belief systems that we create that we don't even know that we have.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing that's always so introspective about it because it really
Mhm.
causes you to sit back and to see things from someone else's perspective. Um,
Mhm.
and I guess what some of our faults are, we all have them because none of us are perfect.
Right.
And I think in that, it is allowing us the opportunity, if we
Mhm.
take it,
Mhm.
to do different and to extend grace and just to handle things a little bit better than perhaps we've done in the past.
Yeah. And what's so funny about like belief systems, you ever like speak to someone that is like so strong in their beliefs and they
Mhm.
could be so wrong,
Loud and proud and wrong.
loud and proud with that and it's so crazy that you ever come across someone that's so loud and proud with their belief system that you start to think like, well, wait, are they telling the truth? It's like,
Mhm. Yeah,
is
you're
this
saying, maybe I'm wrong.
right? Maybe am I saying it wrong? Did I do it? But it's so crazy because like Bishop said, like our experiences create a belief system. So because of our experiences, we create this bubble that we put ourselves in, and we block ourselves from so many blessings and so many lessons because we have this belief system and we're strong in it. And it just gets me to think about like, what are the belief systems that we created in ourselves that we feel so strongly about, that we know that in our head that it's correct, this is the correct way, but it's actually not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one because it's based off, our experiences. And of course, our experiences, are facts for us.
Yeah.
Those are our facts. So that's our
Right.
truth. But
Right.
what we can't do is negate someone else's experience. And I
Yes.
think that's what we often do sometimes because we see the world as being black and white when
Mhm.
really there's so much texture and color in between.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that's a great point because I feel like you said, our experiences is something personal. So when something is very personal to us, we tend to not allow anyone else's experiences or their own situations they've been through affect our personal beliefs, our personal experiences.
Yeah.
Where when it comes to this, when it comes to breaking down and the dismissing a belief system, you have to actually, for me, it's sounding like you got to actually step out of your own way. You got to step out of your own belief system to actually remove the belief system,
Yeah.
because you have to really, you have to take into account other people's experiences, their belief system. We're probably, you're out here battling different belief systems
Yeah.
that is not getting you anywhere, right?
Absolutely not. And like you said, everyone sees what do they say? Three people would see a car accident in three different ways from their own
Mhm.
points of view. Somewhere in between is what really happened.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to, and this is a lot easier said than done, but we have to be able to step outside of our own vehicle of life
Hmm.
to see, okay, there are different factors that play into this,
Right.
and Pastor Nick and I were talking about it this morning where, we're all operating in our own view. And it takes a
Mm-hmm.
mature person to kind of get outside of that.
Hmm.
I don't know if there's a secret sauce or anything to make it easier, but the more you do experience it and being able to, I keep saying this, to extend grace for the other person and yourself, I
Hmm.
think the more easy it becomes, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. And I feel like when you step out, because like for me, I think that I feel like I learned more about myself once
Hi,
I,
Valerita. Sorry, I wanted to
oh,
give a shout out.
oh no, you're fine. I feel like I learned more about myself and learned more about the world when I went to college,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not just exposed to the people in your town, exposed to just one area. You're exposed to different people from all different walks of life, all
Yeah.
different areas, stuff like that, which you're able, when you're in classes and stuff, you're able to develop, different things, like just you learn more, right? So I feel like belief systems just keep us boxed in where we don't step out of those things. And when you don't step out of those things and you know actually look past what you're used to,
Yeah. They,
then you're able to develop a worldly view. You're able to develop that grace. You're able to develop, you know, empathy for people. You're
yeah,
able to develop so many different things when you do step out of that, which we
absolutely.
always talk about, right?
Absolutely. And I was like, the key word that you said was exposure.
Hmm.
And I don't think we afford that of ourselves often.
Hmm.
To because when you expose yourself to things, you're placing yourself outside of your box of
Hmm.
comfortability. No
Hmm.
one likes being uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But like you said, Cap, there's so much growth that comes out of being exposed to new things and being able to share in other people's experiences, not negating
Yeah.
your own, because
Right.
your experience is your experience, but there's just so much more that life has to offer than I think what we allow ourselves in our comfort zone to experience.
Amen. Absolutely. So Bishop says filters change the way you see people. Don't allow your personal experience color your whole world. Don't ask God to do a new thing and then run in through your old ways.
Mm,
What you receive is based on what you sow, right? Um, so since we're in this 90-day challenge and we're talking about sowing more of our time, our talent, and treasure, this part right here stood out to me the most, because which you receive based on what you sow, right? So
for
I
good
think
and for bad.
so what I'm thinking is that people can't get past why they're going through certain things, but don't take accountability for what you're sowing.
Yep.
So if you're sowing in negative ways, if you're sowing negative seeds, how can you expect positivity to come to your life?
Mm-hmm.
If you're sowing hateful things, if you're always speaking on someone's life, if you're always being negative to someone or not uplifting someone, no matter what you're going through, how can you expect to get that in return? And I really feel like people are not, I don't know if people are not properly taught it, or they're not actually comprehending or taking it in. But
See, I don't
go
know.
ahead.
It's one of those things because I feel like we know how we like to be treated. And
Mm-hmm.
so if someone were to sow a negative seed in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you would have a negative response,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So we know that that's how the world works.
Mm-hmm.
However, we don't think it works that way when it comes to the things that we're sowing,
Mm-hmm.
which is why it doesn't make sense. The logic is not there. Why do you think, you can treat people, or even relationship with God in a particular type of way, treating people as you wouldn't want to be treated, but
Right.
expected the best in return.
Yes. No. And like I said in the comments, sowing requires faithfulness.
Yes.
But do people know how to be faithful?
Well, that's a fantastic question.
That is just the question, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I love that, especially with this 90-day challenge, we're learning that when you are one of my biggest, if my staff at work, one of my biggest word is consistency.
Yep.
Um, Consistency for me really exposes a lot.
Mhm.
Um, because when you're consistent, you see change, um, you see results, you see progress. But when you're inconsistent, you don't see those things. So for me, when you're consistent with God, when you're consistent in every area of your life with God, I'm consistent with you through the good days. I'm consistent with you through the bad days. I'm consistent with you through the cold days. I'm consistent with you through the dark days. I'm consistent with you when I am good and I have no problems happening, right?
Yeah.
When I show that consistency and I sow that consistency through my time, my talent, and my treasure, I should not be surprised when God blesses me, right?
Right.
It should already be a thank you, God.
Mhm. I think this is the part that gets us in trouble sometimes with that. Um, Valrita says faithfulness requires commitment and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But I think the part that gets us in trouble is this third C called
Mm-hmm.
convenience. When
Oh,
things are convenient to us and our needs and our wants and the things that we want and desire in life, we can have all the faith and trust in the world. But when the times get hard, or the pot of gold doesn't seem like it's at the end of the rainbow,
mm-hmm.
are we still continuing in that commitment or consistency, or are we letting go because it's not convenient in the place that we're in right now?
And people love convenient.
Well,
I love that. I love that, but it's the truth though. And
mhm,
this is why this I love that Bishop is teaching on this filter series where he's talking about how we allow our filters to shape our thinking and our perspective and how we view certain situations, how we view ourselves, how we view other people, and how our body language speaks to God as well. And which is why he dived deep into that whole discussion last week about our worship.
mhm.
Because your worship is speaking volumes, your body is speaking volumes, your filters are blocking you from what God has in store for you. And what better way or what better time to talk about this when we are supposed to be showing in our body language through our sowing our time and our talent and our treasure, right?
And I think the beautiful thing about that is that when you're establishing that routine in your life, it becomes something that you need to think about less, and you
Yeah.
just do,
Hmm.
you know? So, yeah, that's I think something that we all aspire to get to, and it's not gonna be easy,
Yeah.
but we'll get there.
You'll get through. So, as you guys can just tell, this if you have not listened for the last couple weeks, if you have not took the time to rewatch this series or even take the time to listen to the series, I truly do encourage you, especially um if you are planning to do the 90-day challenge, and listen, you may have not started with us on the first day for a 90-day challenge. You may want to say, after watching this and hearing this discussion, I want to start now. You can. We encourage you to do that. But when you start, we also want you to feed your mind and feed your spirit and feed your soul by listening to the worship and actually being intentional about the worship. But not only that, also listen to the word so you can apply it to keep you fed and keep you encouraged during this 90-day challenge. Now, we keep talking about, being consistent with God for these 90 days. And, we're saying it with smiles and laughter, but there's going to be days when it's hard, there's going to be, we're supposed to be consistent with going to service and everything. And it may be a hard Wednesday. You like, look, I can't make it. I can't, I just don't feel like it. Right. Go back, tap into what you're being taught every Sunday, every Wednesday, every broadcast that we have online, as well as tap into that worship experience. You may experience, because each week has been incredible, but there have been moments of worship where you can just feel God's presence. Tap into that moment, tap into that feeling. Just say, you know what, God, I'm not going to give up on you, right? So we encourage you again, if you have not started this 90-day challenge with us, if you are just planning to start now, join us now. But not only that, we want you to join us this Sunday as well. As we already said, we are celebrating 56 years, right?
Yeah, 56
56 years as a church family, as a church body that is still moving and grooving and growing and prospering. And it's because of you. As I always say here on this broadcast, you make this broadcast for what it is. So we appreciate you for that. And it's the same thing with Bethany. You make Bethany what it is. So there's no better way to celebrate you but this Sunday to come out and have some fun, right, Maya?
Absolutely. We cannot wait to see you. It's going to be an amazing time.
So is there anything else that we can look forward to this month or this week here online, Maya?
Yeah, there are so many amazing, wonderful things that are happening in the month of October. Of course, we have our ministry panels like Diamonds and Link Couples, all happening this month. Safe House Men's Ministry. But we also have our leadership seminar that is coming up on the 21st at 10 a.m. for all ministry leaders and staff for part 2 of our leadership message on church culture. So definitely want to make sure that you guys come out for that if you are part of the leadership or staff here at Bethany. Another important thing that is coming up on this Saturday is we are partnering with the Honest Ministry and Jefferson Health to bring a free, let me say it again, free mammography van to the church. We all know the impact of breast cancer in this world always astounds me for something that affects so many people, so many lives, so many family, that it's still something that we're having to deal with. But what we do know is that early detection is key. Okay. So we want to make sure that we provide you guys, all the opportunities as possible to, get a checkup just to see how things are, make sure everything's okay. So we're partnering with the Jefferson mobile mammography van, offering free mammograms for women. You can learn more about that over on our website, or it's been posted on our Facebook and Instagram page as well. And then, like we said earlier, we have our 56th church anniversary after our 11 o'clock service on Sunday. So definitely make sure you guys come on out, celebrate with us. There's so many great things coming up in October, with so many other great things coming up in the next few months. As we wrap up the year. Can you believe it, Kev?
I know. It's coming.
Where's the year going?
But this is the greatest part of the time,
It
all
is.
the holidays and everything.
Especially
December for somebody.
I love December so much. I'm ready.
Oh,
I'm so ready.
How could you tell? But no, as always, guys, it is a pleasure, it's an honor. I want to thank everyone that's in the comments. I see your comments. Hey, Helene, right? Am I saying correctly, Helene?
Yeah.
Hello, and Valrita. Yes, we're praising God that you have been cancer free for all those years, 23 years. And as always, Keisha, we are always going to keep you in prayers. It is always our prayer for everyone that's tuning in. And if you ever have any prayer requests, always email them to social@gotobethany.com, because we are a church that is always in prayer,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. There's so much power in prayer, and we
Absolutely.
believe in the power of God. So we are excited to pray for you.
Yes. So as always, guys, it is a pleasure. It's an honor. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. We look forward to seeing you guys in person this weekend to celebrate.
Mhm.
And come on out and make sure when you're out there, take some selfies and everything so we
Please
can
do.
post them on social media
Yes.
and hashtag 56 years of Bethany.
Yeah, that's a long hashtag, but we'll make it work.
Right. 56 Bethany or something like that. Bethany 56. Bethany 50. I like that.
I like that. Also, Valrita, we are right outside of Philadelphia. So we
Yes.
are located in South Jersey.
Mhm.
Depending on how fast you drive, 15 minutes, 30, depends on where you're located. But we are in Lindenwold, New Jersey, not too far from where you would get off of the highway. So we would love to see you on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And as always, guys, we see you next week. It's our prayer that you have a blessed and safe week. And also do something out of the ordinary. Be a blessing to someone's life this week as we continue to transform those lives one at a time. See you guys later.